get here. It's Monday. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Y'all, my voice is completely gone. My voice is gone. Like it probably sound like I'm trying to do but my voice is through. I hope y'all ready for today. I'm sorry I can't yell the way I want to yell, but I want to yell, but I can't yell. So, good morning, Grand Rising, y'all. Today is a special episode. Good morning, Shishi. Good morning, Key. Key. Good morning, Castarari. Y'all hear my voice? It just randomly went away. Like, we was out looking at houses yesterday and my voice just disappeared. I swear to God. Like, I don't feel hurt or nothing. Like, I don't feel like I'm sore. I don't feel like I'm coughing. I literally just don't have a voice. I didn't yell. I didn't go anywhere that I was yelling, but my throat is like, it's kind of weird because my throat don't hurt, but it's not like normal. Like, it's not comfortable, but it doesn't hurt. But I can feel whatever is making my voice feel this way. I could feel that. Like, I could feel that my throat feels weird. But anyway, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Queen B 23rd. Good morning, little booty Judy. Good morning. She said, no, I don't have allergies. I don't think so. Not for real. Not nothing bad. Like, every blue moon, I'll get a little. But it's just my voice gone. Like, literally, my voice is just gone. I feel fine. I'm good. All of that. But, y'all, so today is a special version of Bible and Blunts. And the reason why today is a special version of Bible and Blunts is because this is going to be the first episode where we don't have a blunt with the Bible. Okay? This is the first time that we are going to do Bible and Blunts with only the Bible. Okay? I'm actually very, very, very excited to do this because I felt like I kept making excuses, right? I kept like feeling like because this is called Bible and Blunts, I had to smoke. But when I was telling Charles, I just was like, I'm going to do Bible and Blunts without no weed today. And he was like, so you still going to do it? Like, you going to switch it up? I'm like, no, I'm going to get on there and deliver the same word, right? I said, I'm going to get on there and deliver the same word, okay? And God might even go a little bit harder. Okay, my voice is gone. We ain't got no weed. I got weed. Literally, I can go upstairs and show y'all weed. We got weed. But I'm not smoking today. Okay? So today, y'all getting a pure Rory the coach. Okay? We doing what God put inside of me. I asked God, right? I want to see what God gonna do without the weed. Which, to me, it ain't gonna be no different. Like, I already know that I gets busy. I just gets busy, okay? God is working through me at all times, so I gets busy when I get busy. And I had to just prove myself that I don't need people to feel like they can't listen to God if we not smoking. Like, because that's not the message. Like, I don't want people to think that Bible and blunts mean you're supposed to have a blunt in order to read your Bible. Like, that is absolutely not my message. My message is that if you smoke, just because you smoke doesn't mean that God will not accept you. Just because you drink doesn't mean God won't accept you. Just because you strip don't mean God won't accept you. Just because you're a prostitute doesn't mean God won't accept you. Just because you sold dope don't mean God won't accept you. You get what I'm saying? Just because that don't mean anything. Like, that's the whole reason the Bible and blunt. So for me to say I had to smoke a blunt to prove my point would be kind of fried because I don't have to go strip. I don't have to drink alcohol. I don't have to go be a prostitute, right? So for this to be called that And for this to represent that, I don't have to show it in every episode, you know? So for me today, this is just going to be a good, juicy word straight from my heart, y'all. It's going to be even better. You always got me crying. I'm going to mess around and pass out. I'm weak. So are y'all ready? Are y'all excited for the first Bible and Blunts with strictly a Bible? Okay, Bible no blunts today. I'm excited. I just know the way that God is going to move, okay? So, for the ones that may have missed it, right? Y'all know that I do a word of the week now. So every single week, I pick a word that we're actually going to focus in on for the week. And this week, the word that God put on my spirit is funny because it's like a two-part word. So we have fun, but we also have funny. As soon as I wrote fun, he also placed funny on my heart. And it's funny, right? That he gave me those words and I was like, what am I even supposed to talk about? Like fun and funny, like what does that even have to do with God? You know, normally when you think of like a Bible study or something like that, you think of words like hope and faith and joy and courage, right? You think of words that are used a lot in the Bible, right? So today, I mean, for real, I've been thinking about this all week. Like, God, how am I going to deliver a word about fun? Like, what does that even mean? And what other way to start it off with other than the definition of fun? Definition more, it may immediately speak about this. Okay. So the first I have the definition for it is fun. Okay. So fun, enjoyment, amusement, or lighthearted pleasure. Okay. So I'm going to say that again. The definition of fun is enjoyment, amusement. And then the definition of funny, okay, is causing laughter or amusement, right? Slash humorous. So funny is causing someone to laugh, you know, or being humorous. But what stood out the most to me was the second definition of funny. Okay. So the second definition of funny was, okay, we're back. So y'all real chatty today on YouTube. Fun, okay? So the first thing is fun is enjoyment, amusement, or light-hearted pleasure. So let's focus on that first, right? So what stood out to me when I looked at the definition of fun was, okay, enjoyment, cool. We know that. We know that normally when you're having fun, you're feeling joy, you're enjoying the moment, right? And then amusement, amusing. Amusement is normally something that's funny. When you hear the word amusement, that's something funny. That's like, ah, when you're amused is something funny, right? It's something that makes you laugh. But then it says, or light-hearted pleasure. And when I heard that, I was like, light-hearted pleasure, okay? See, sometimes what we have to understand is that if your heart is heavy, right? If you have a heavy heart, it's hard to have fun. It's hard to feel good. It's hard to have enjoyment. It's hard to have amusement. Okay? They didn't say enjoyment, amusement with a heavy heart. It said with light-hearted pleasure. Okay? A lot of us, we walk around with such a heavy heart that it's taking the joy out of us. It's sucking the amusement out of us. It's sucking literally the joy. The things that would have made us fun, would have been fun or would have been exciting, or is not exciting because your heart is too heavy. So when I see a lighthearted pleasure, I say, oh, you can't have fun when your heart heavy. You can't have enjoyment when your heart heavy. This is why a lot of people, because really fun is joy, right? Remember, just obedience. Fun is pretty much joy, you know, enjoyment. So you can't have a heavy heart and try to have fun. You can't be amused. You can't have enjoyment while you have a heavy heart. But then funny, causing laughter or amusement. Okay, whatever. We knew that. But the second part, difficult to explain or understand. Right? Difficult to explain or understand. Strange or odd. So then that made me think, like, is God difficult to understand? Do you have a funny feeling about God? Is that why God told me to talk about this? Because I was like, wait a minute. Difficult to explain or understand. Hold on. Okay. Strange or odd? See, when you hear funny, you think of the laughing side, but difficult to explain or understand. And I said, that's a lot of our problems. A lot of our problems is it's difficult for us to understand God. It's difficult for us to explain God. Why? Because we don't know him. Okay? A lot of us, it is hard for us to explain or understand God because we don't understand him. So you're doing all this praying and you claim that you're listening, but you can't hear him because you don't know him. The thing about God is that God doesn't just speak like, he can't come to you like your man. He can't come to you like your sister. He can't come to you like your cousin. So if you don't know him, you're not going to understand him because God speaks through people, right? He speaks through people. He moves through people. And if you're blocking the wrong people out, you blocking the wrong, guess what? You're going to have a funny, a funny feeling. Right? So, my next question here was, are you laughing with or at God? Are you laughing? You know, when we think about funny and fun, we think about laughter. I do. Once I think about something being fun, when I go somewhere and it's fun, if I watch a movie and it's funny, I'm laughing, right? But the question is this, are you laughing with or at God? Like, are you doing things that you know you shouldn't do? And then, like, you think you laughing with God, like, oh my God, I knew I shouldn't have did that. Or are you really laughing in his face like, oh God, I did that because I knew you was going to give me another chance. So let's try it again. This is a real question we got to ask ourselves. I know it's a little glare off my glasses. Don't let that miss the word. I guess I can take them off because I be forgetting I could see up close. Like I could read these comments clear as day. I really be forgetting that. I'm used to thinking I need my glasses just to see, period. But I guess I don't really need them when I'm on live because I can see close. Right? But are you laughing with God or at God? Like, are y'all in one? Like, do God think it's funny? Do God think it's funny that you keep messing up? That you keep on telling him you're going to do stuff and you don't? That you keep on acting like you're learning the lessons? That you keep doing these prayers but you're not keeping your side of the deal? Like, are you laughing with them or at them? Sometimes we think that this is a joke. We think that God is a joke. We think it's all fun and games. We look at certain people and it's like, ooh, well, if they can worship God and they can do it like that, then I know I can do it like this. And God, like, what they got going on ain't got nothing to do with what you got going on. Because guess what? You're going to die at 28 and they're going to die at 70. And this is just my real raw, like real raw. Sometimes we got to understand this. Everything ain't fun and games. This walk with faith and this walk with Christ, what I'm realizing is it's not fun. It's not always going to be fun. Maybe I should say it like that. And God only want to laugh so much. Like, even me as a coach, right? Like, even me, okay? As a coach, like, I'm a silly person. I'm a funny person. But at some point, I'd be like, okay, it's a little bit too much, you know? Like, we too focused on having fun. We not working. Right? My 360 girls know I get like that. I literally would be like, all right, that's all cool, but y'all starting to talk too much. Like, are y'all reaching some goals here? Y'all doing a lot of talking. Are y'all even, like, doing anything that y'all supposed to be doing? Like, did y'all forget why we here? And that is literally how God would look at it. Exactly. She said he definitely don't want us to take repentance for granted. That's then laughing in his face. And that's what a lot of us do. I know God gonna forgive me. I serve a forgiving God. But how many, like, just because I keep forgiving you, that don't mean you get to just start smacking me in my face. Now you laughing in my face. I'm not laughing with you. I really have a purpose over your life. I granted you this life for a reason. But you come in here and you think it's funny. You think it's funny. God ain't gave you nothing to lie. God ain't showed you that he was smiling at all. Uh-oh. But you steady laughing and joking about it. Stop joking about Christ. You see what I'm saying? Like, we be joking about things. We be joking with God. We be telling God we want something and then literally doing the opposite. Yeah, God, I want this business. And then you sit there and be lazy as hell. Yes, God, I want to lose this weight. But then you be lazy as hell. Yes, God, I want to stop smoking. But then you just got to smoke for Bible and blunts. How bad you want to stop smoking for real? How bad you want to stop smoking for real? Because them same people that came here to get this word, they gonna come get the word regardless. So how bad do you really want it? And then some of us, like, it's easy for us to say things in these comments on here, right? I'm going to be straight up with y'all. It's all fun and games to talk in these comments. I said I was going to do one with the comments straight off because sometimes people, it feel good to say things in the comments, but are you walking it? Like, I say stuff and it sound good. It's like, ooh, coach, ooh, coach, ooh, coach. But then when the live end, what are you doing afterwards? What are you doing after you get off Bible and Blunts? Are you reading your Bible? Are you praying? Are you getting any other understanding? Or you think Bible and Blunts is just enough? Because it ain't. I'm here to tell you right now, it's not. You got to do more. You got to do more than talking these comments to make yourself feel good in the moment. Because guess what? That goes right on to my next comment. My next question is, well, okay, so are you laughing? So I said, are you laughing with or at God? But then the next question is God laughing with or at you? Huh? Is he laughing with or at you? Is the real question. For real. She said, that'd be me at work. I'll be joking around and talking to people while I'm still working. Then I realize the people around me standing still. And I'll be like, okay, maybe it's time to give a little more direction. Exactly. Good morning, Riri. She said, yes, and I dropped 20 pounds. The strength from God. Exactly. Exactly. God don't play. So my next thing I have here is God laughing with or at you? So the first question, good morning, Sarah. My first question is, are you laughing with or at God? And then my next question is, God laughing at or with you? Because you might think something sweet. Like, we be thinking things sweet, and God is literally sitting back like, it's not time to joke. Because what people do is they find people, right? People that we on this growth journey and we know that we ready to grow or whatever. But then what you do is you find people who are making similar mistakes as you. And now you're using that as a reason to keep doing it. And you thinking that it's making it make sense and it's not. Right? You think that it's making it make sense and it's not. I'm trying to tell y'all, I get it. God wake my eyes up every time I get off track. Anytime I ask him to show me something, he show it. Okay, that's why I'm on here not smoking. Because he like, well, if you want to bring him closer to my word and you know that you got to bring him mental clarity, yeah, that everything, all that is cool. But like, you telling me on the back end that you want to stop smoking, you want to save money, you want to slow down. But then on here, on your where you got the influence, you showing that you gotta have weed. On the other end, you gotta have weed for Bible and Blunts. You gotta. Which one is it? So I started to feel like, oh, maybe God is laughing at me at this point. He's probably laughing at me because, yeah, I know how to make it sound good to him. But then at the end of the day, what are my actions showing? I could say how much money I want to save and how bad I don't want to do this and how I want to. But what are my actions showing? So God is probably sitting back laughing. He like, okay, yeah, I want to bless you with this and this and this and this. But if you can't show me this, right? He like, that's all cool. I get it. I showed you how powerful you are. But now you got to show me. I told y'all God is a reciprocity God. He likes reciprocity. I can get on here and teach his word all day. But if I'm making some promises on that back end that I ain't keeping, right? I kept my promise here. I've already showed them that. See, this is why I tell y'all that it do not stop, right? It doesn't stop. When you start walking with Christ, it doesn't stop. It doesn't say, oh, I made it and I'm here. Ever. Ever. Some of the people I know that is the deepest in Christ, they are still right now having spiritual battles because it doesn't stop. You're always going to find another task that God is always going to keep revealing. As long as you are a growing person, God is always going to show you something else you can do better, because we're not perfect. And he doesn't want perfect, right? But he loves progression, right? Love progression. So all that is cool to think it. But then what? Exactly. Like just I said this last week. Faith is the thought. Courage is the action. You got to take action. You can't keep telling God what you want, because at some point it is fun at first. God probably is laughing with you at first. Ooh, girl, this is cool. He was laughing with me at first. This is fun. Look, you smoking. You got people coming in that's smoking. Look, I'm showing you your impact. Ooh, they loving it. Boom. Ooh, you gonna fast. You gonna do this. You gonna do that. And then it got to a point where he was like, okay, I'll let you have the fun. Now let's get serious. Okay. He said, now let's get serious. You're going to keep, like, what message are you really trying to send here? I understand that you saying Bible and blunts. I understand you telling them, you know, they can smoke and I'm going to accept them because that's cool. But now that you've shown that, what about you? What about you? What about the goals you set? What about me and you? Like, I get the Bible and blunts platform, but remember what me and you talked about? Right? I was talking to my sister about it, and this is what I mean by what we do. We try to find people, right, who confirm, right, that validates the things that we do. I created Bible and Blunts. I knew anybody that came on here, they was going to be like, ooh, let's do it. We love weed, right? But when you get really connected to God, it ain't about y'all. It never was about y'all. None of this was ever about y'all. Take it how you want. This is literally about me and God. So God said, all right, now you showed them that you can smoke weed and I'm going to show up. So now I need you to show them how I can stop you from smoking weed. I'm really just trying to tell y'all something. Right? All the fast, I'm about to tell y'all something real true. I have never, y'all might not believe this, I have never went 24 hours without smoking weed. When I thought about that, I said, oh, hell no. I said no. I said no. I said hell no. I'm allowed to say hell because hell in the Bible. I said hell no. Y'all, the moment I realized that, exactly, Jessica, let me tell y'all something. Look, the moment I realized that, right, I said, what the hell? Hey, that was my wake-up call. I don't know what y'all wake-up call gonna be, but that was my wake-up call when I really sat back and I realized, hold on, I have not went 24 hours without smoking weed ever. At least I can't remember it. I mean, when I was in the hospital having my kids, something like that. I'm talking about willingly. I'm talking about willingly saying, like, I'm cool. I'm just not gonna smoke. Because what it is this. God has never put me, I ain't never been in those situations where I didn't need to smoke. Like, I just had never have. Like, I did when he literally set me up cool. I was in college. I was cool. When I graduated, the job I ended up landing, I didn't get drug tests for neither one. The first job I had, no drug test. The second job, I only had 2 jobs after college. One of them only lasted for like 2 months. I worked there from May to June to like July-ish. And then the other job, I worked August until I started my business. So I worked there for 2 years. And neither one of them drug tested me. What I need to stop smoking for? I never risked my job. Then I became a full-time entrepreneur, full out. Like, I've been my own boss for 4 years. We're going on 5 now. So it's like, in what situation would I have needed to stop? Even when I got caught driving one time, I had some weed in the car or something like that, and they put me in this little program because I didn't want it on my record at all. I said, what can I do for this not to touch my record? And I just had to do like this little online class program. And they told me they was going to drug test me at the end. Even with that, I didn't stop smoking. I still just was like, I'm going to just take the chance. And God let me get right through it. It ain't never touched my record. Everything. So he never really put me in a position to not smoke because he knew it wouldn't hold the value. If I stopped smoking back then, it wasn't going to hold the value that it'll hold now. Right? Now I've shown the world how much I love weed. Now I've shown the world. Now I've created a platform that I've smoked on every day since November. And now I've attracted these smokers in too. So now he says, so now let me continue to use you and let me now show them through you how I can move. So anyway, I was talking to my sister about it and I was like, sis, no, because what happened was Trap Talk. When I did Trap Talk last Thursday, I was so like going back and forth about doing it here and in my office. But I knew I wanted to do it in my office because I needed my backdrop. Like I knew I knew the scenery, but the only thing that was making me want to stay home and do it was the weed. And I went to my office. That day I was like, no, I don't have to smoke. Like my message is powerful without the weed. So I had to say, okay, God, let me see. I'm going to my office. I'm putting my faith in you. I'm going to my office and I need you to just go on and deliver this message. I know that I don't need weed. Why do I even think that? I went to my office and Trap Talk was fired. I didn't need a blunt. I was sitting there just like this, sober as hell, doing the whole Trap Talk. Didn't miss a beat. Didn't miss a beat. Right? So then I was talking to my sister, and this is why it's good to have people around you. Hello. You got to keep the right people around. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm not just stopping smoking. And I'm going to always say that because I don't want y'all to even hold me to that standard. I'm not saying I'm never going to smoke weed again. But remember like 3 weeks ago when I said this, I was like, I'm just slowing down. I'm just slowing down. But the problem was when you just say you just slowing down, then you be like, cool, I'm just smoke a little bit less blunts than I was. So for me, I'm just like, nah, I'm just not going to smoke right now. And I'm going to stick to it. Because even that, when I did it that time, I still was saying, but I'm a smoke for Bible and blunt. But I'm a smoke. So I'm like, no, let me get on here and show that I can deliver this word with or without the weed. You know what I'm saying? So that now I can't say I need the blunt for Bible and blunt. Okay? This is all I'll be trying to give y'all the real game. This is real game. Okay? God say I told him use me and he using me, okay? So I'm talking to my sister and I'm like, because it's really, like I said, it's not that I feel like I have to stop, but I know the goals that I have. I know the rooms I have to go into that I cannot smell like weed, okay? I know that God placed me in this office with these tenured businessmen and walking in that elevator just smelling like weed. Why? 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 You get what I'm saying? But some of us, we don't know how to do this. Some of us don't know how to wake up. We make excuses. We find environments that we can be comfortable in. That's why I'm telling you right now, if you came to buy one blunts and you think you only can be here for the weed, you still here, right? You thought you was brought here because of the weed. You thought you was brought here because of the weed. Because it felt comfortable. Because it felt comfortable. Yeah, the name was attractive. So it made you come here. But that ain't what you here for real. You really was here for that first word, that Bible. Because you could have stayed on Worry 2 times if you wanted to just see some weed. Right? That's why I'm saying God don't play. He literally made me create this platform. And the more and more I sit back, I'm like, okay. Like, I get it. Some of us just ain't got it yet, and that's okay. But I get it. I had to use this platform. I had to go through all of the motions. Even with me hosting those fasts. Even with me hosting those fasts, I never went 24 hours. So that tell y'all something. I broke my own fast. That day when I said we can't smoke again until we back on Bible and blunts, I smoked that night. And that shit ate me up. I said, God, come on, man. This my fast, dog. This my fast. Right? This is why. This is why I'm like, oh no. I'm fooling. I was fooling, y'all. So then I'm talking to my sister. Let me go back to what I was saying. Why you gotta have people around you who understand your goals, right? Alignment. Allow God to do what he's supposed to. I'm talking to my best friend. We on the phone. Or we might have been voice memo, was on FaceTime something, but we just talking and she said, look, sis, when I wanted to stop smoking, bro, my granny made me, listen to this, she said, my granny made me ask God to remove the desire of the taste, the smell, all of that. And I started listening, and this